Good morning. We'd like to welcome you to the Palm Beach County School District around the issue of our teacher contract. First and foremost, there will be a $500 across the board to all teachers bonus. That is the equivalent of a 1% increase. Secondly, it will be, and these are the high points, a 3-year contract. Thirdly, there will be a duty-free lunch of 30 minutes at the elementary schools. And lastly, it will afford us the opportunity in some of our high-risk high schools to implement an 8-period day instead of the 7-period day, and the teachers will receive compensation for that.
The contract I bring forward is a slap in the face and an insult to you, especially considering that the 2009-2010 school year was the worst year for teaching that most of you can remember. Your workload was spirit-breaking, filled with untested, unpiloted, arbitrary demands, filled with senseless minutiae that frustrated your ability to teach, that demoralized and depressed you and led directly to the departure of some fine teachers, some of them from the finest schools. And the repercussions of that are still going on. And yet I ask you to ratify this pitiful offer. The alternative to ratifying this contract is to spend months in litigation only to face the imposition of a worse contract imposed by a mostly clueless school board that mostly rubber stamps the ill-thought, insensitive dictates of the superintendent. Nothing good is going to come out of the 2009-2010 school year. I ask you to ratify this pitiful offer to demonstrate that you are the reasonable voices in the district, and it is your school district that is insulting and insensitive, demanding and overbearing, not you. I ask you to ratify this contract because of the economic collapse in Florida, and because most districts in Florida have fared far worse.
Wow. Robert, you've been thinking about that for a while. You should never put a cynic in a leadership position. And I would invite you to think about that, Robert.
Sure. If I've never seen
the glass that Robert has shared with you, that he sees as being half full, I see as being full. That he sees as being half empty, I see as having an opportunity to be full. We are faced with some economic challenges that, quite honestly, every institution in the state is dealing with. The Palm Beach County School District has avoided the layoffs or furloughs of any of our school-based personnel. It makes no sense to not be able to look into the future, understand what you're dealing with in the economy, and make the appropriate decisions so that in the long run you don't have a problem because of a short-term happening.